Hello and welcome to today's video where I'll look at the price of Injective, and I'll also talk a bit about the latest updates and also a new roll drop for Dimension stakers. I know I've been away for about a month. I've had some business to sort out, so I haven't had a chance to do a video. I'll get back into full force tomorrow with update videos, including news videos and upcoming tutorials as well. But until then, let's talk about Injective first of all, which has been on quite a dump with the rest of the market, of course, since it went to $27.70 here back in July. When the market crashed, it lost that previous support area, which was around $17.50, and went all the way down to $13.70, which is extremely low, unexpected of Injective. But because of the low supply, it tends to move wilder than other altcoins. So that's something to keep in mind with Injective. As you can see, the recovery is also quite good, but it doesn't mean it's not going to encounter resistance, right? As with everything, it always encounters resistance. You can see it's got resistance around this area that it's at now. There's going to be more resistance around $20 and then more around $22. But if it manages to break that, then we can expect to revisit this $25 to $27 area, which would be nice to see if you're an Injective holder. If you're waiting in stable coins and hoping for a bigger dump, you never know, it might happen, right? We are still trading in a bearish trend right now because we are under the 100-day moving average. Because we are trading under the 200-day moving average, which is the red line. So until we manage to break that, we are still quite bearish. And as you can see, we've been trading just under it the whole time, right? So yes, it is quite a good indicator in terms of kind of predicting to see where things are at, right? It's definitely suffering here. It's got some strength, but not enough strength to break out of this and move us back up. But it is very Bitcoin dependent, as with everything, unfortunately, because we haven't seen that split between the altcoins and Bitcoin. Although there are some altcoins that are doing extremely well, some which are doing a lot worse than before. And unfortunately, when we get these kind of Bitcoin dumps, altcoins dump more, and then when Bitcoin recovers, altcoins don't recover back to those previous levels that they were at. So we're even seeing this with Injective now. So we'll have to see if things will go back up or if we're heading into a new bear market. It's really hard to say right now. I know that people are saying that the US could go into a recession, and if that does happen, then it's not going to be pretty, right? The stock market's going to crash, then Bitcoin's going to crash, because Bitcoin does seem to be following the stock market. Now it is considered a tech stock. If that crash with the Japanese stock market wouldn't have happened, then this wouldn't have happened, at least not yet, right? We would have probably been trading sideways, probably around $25, maybe even going a bit below to 20, but then going back up. We probably wouldn't have seen such a low price here of $13.80, and Bitcoin probably wouldn't have gone that low either. But unfortunately, because that did happen, we are in this situation. Now, to move off from the price talk here and just look at one of the latest updates from Injective, which is quite interesting in case you weren't aware. So Injective just burned $344,000 worth of inch this week alone, and this is earlier this week, by the way. Because this was posted a number of days ago, leading to one of the highest burn auction days to date. The Injective Burn auction is a novel mechanism designed by the community to systematically reduce the total supply of inch over time, contributing to deflationary characteristics. And by the way, Injective is also inflationary because you can stake it, and it is generating a new inch. But the total supply is supposed to be 100 million, and right now about 97% is in circulation. So it's inflationary but also deflationary. I think that staking rewards keep on dropping over time as time goes by in order to sustain this current model that is currently on. And when it's going to reach that total supply of 100 million, then things are going to be different, because I'm thinking that validators are going to be paid from transaction fees, as this is the idea with most of these DPoS mechanisms. So apparently they've got a bidding process. So what they're doing is you can participate in an auction, okay? And these are applications that are participating, and also the individual contributions that are coming in. So apparently participants place bids using inch in a weekly auction, and then they compete to win the contents of the auction fund. At the auction's conclusion, the highest bidder receives the assets in the auction fund in exchange for their inch bid. the inch from the winning bid is then burned, permanently removing those assets from circulation. So this is great to see, right? Because they've definitely thought of a great utility which many DPoS tokens are suffering of. Unfortunately, Polkadot is suffering from this, and we're seeing a lot of inflation right now. Atom is also suffering from this, so we're seeing inflation. We're not seeing the price move because of that, even though it does have a great utility when it comes to the airdrops. Although people right now are a bit skeptical when it comes to these airdrops, because we've seen the Dimension ones not do so well. I mean, we've been receiving airdrops worth peanuts, worth less than $10. And if we have thousands of dollars worth of a specific token in staking, then $10 is not that great, to be fair. So this is just something to tell you that not every airdrop is actually great. Most airdrops are useless, and then there are some that are pretty good, but it's not easy to find them. So yeah, you just have to hold and hope. But nevertheless, Atom has rewarded a lot of people because you've received a lot of valuable tokens over the years, whereas there are tokens out there that didn't provide you with any value even though you've been staking them. So yeah, you have to give credit where credit's due. Now, one of the roll drops that's been announced recently by the Dimension team is the Aegisos, I think it's pronounced Aegisos, Genesis roll drop, and 90 million, which is 9% of the total supply, has been allocated for the Aegisos Genesis roll drop, which means people that have been staking DIM, but also those who have been testing the Aegisos Phoenix incentivized testnet. So if you've been playing around with that testnet, then you likely have qualified as well. And in order to check your eligibility to see if you have qualified, you just go to the Aegisos Discord server. Then you go to the Aegisos roll drop channel, and then you just type /check, and then you have to select 0xOR DIM in the type section, and then you leave a space after that, and you move to the address section and you paste your address, be it a 0x address, which is an EVM address, or a Dimension wallet address. Okay, and then the bot will just confirm to you if you have qualified and what is your allocation. So just make sure you do that. You can do this for up to 5 wallets. So just know that if you have DIM staked in more than 5 wallets, you're unlikely to qualify for more than that, unfortunately. They are limiting it to 5 wallets per user. So, you have to go in there to do this. So that's how they can prevent, people from manipulating it. Although I would argue that if you have 2 accounts on Discord and you happen to have 10 wallets, for example, you can log in with a second account and then just follow the same steps for those other 5 wallets if you need to, right? But if you just have the one Discord account, then this is what you have to do. And just keep in mind that it is limited to 5. So yeah, we'll have to see the value of Aegisos whenever they're going to list, or AIG. NIM has been okay, but unfortunately, Mandy Network hasn't been too great. It's only worth peanuts, to be fair, and you are pretty restricted to being able to swap these on the Osmosis DEX as well. Now, if they were to list them on bigger DEXs like KuCoin or Binance, perhaps, then things could be well. But, NIM Network has only been listed on MEXC, okay, and Mandy is still on Osmosis. So we'll have to see what happens with AIG and with the upcoming airdrops as well for Dimension stakers. But yeah, aside from that, there hasn't been much activity. A lot of announcements, though, as I've mentioned in previous videos, but just not enough activity with ones actually going live. So I think they're just still in development, still planning their airdrop allocations, waiting for the market perhaps, because they have seen that the market has crashed and they know that it's not a great time to list. Their investors wouldn't be happy because their investors would likely put pressure on the team to say, hey, hold your horses, don't list yet, even though you are ready in terms of development. Find excuses for the users just to let them know that you're not going to be ready yet because of X, Y, and Z, So you got to take this with a pinch of salt. Given the market conditions, a lot of these projects are taking their time now. And unfortunately, we have seen this in the past where projects were taking their time and not releasing because of market conditions. And then the market continued going lower and everyone was impacted then. It annoyed the investors. It annoyed the retail users, everyone, the community in general. Was pretty annoyed because they got caught in the bear market. And we had seen this in the Polkadot ecosystem as well, unfortunately. in 2022. So yeah, waiting could be good, but most of the time it's not. I mean, if you're ready, just launch and just give people their tokens, and that's it, and everyone's going to be happy. Even though they're not going to get a lot of value out of it, it's better than waiting for that potential bear market to come and then to see everything wiped away, like to basically get zero, nothing. And not to mention that your stake is also going to go down in value. So yeah, this is the thing with these airdrops. It could be good, it could be bad, it's a risk. But yeah, thank you for watching today's video. I'll see you in the next one for the news updates across some of the top projects in the crypto community. Thank you for watching.